Leo. Now, I will be looking into each sign, so each element, excuse me. So because you are a fire sign, I will be looking into fellow fire signs now. So those Leos that are dealing with a fellow Leo, an Aries or Sagittarius, I will be laying out 4 cards and seeing how your relationship will pan out over the next 3 months. What sort of messages that may be important for you and your partner. Okay, Aries, Ace of Pentacles. So this is the people that are dealing with fire signs, fellow fire signs. Wow, okay, a lot of fated things are definitely happening for a lot of you that are dealing with a fellow Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. A lot of newness coming into your life and new cycles that will be broken or that will be embarked on. So for a lot of you, you are entering a very serious relationship. This is cycles, a beautiful upward cycle in your relationship growth, or you're embarking on the next journey, the next milestone, I should say, of your relationship journey. So whether that is engagement, whether that is marriage, whether that is leaving someone behind, there's a lot of massive changes coming up in the next 3 months that could be the deciding factor between pursuing a future with this person or not. For some of you, there's fated changes there's new starts, new beginnings, rebirths in your relationship, or potential moving in. There's assets connected possibly to you. For some of you, you might be separated geographically with the 5 of Swords here. You might be separated geographically with your significant other because you did have the 6 of Swords underneath. So this may be applicable. For those that are dealing with Aries, for those Leos that are dealing with Aries, I see wonderful changes for you, wonderful new beginnings. But those that are dealing with fire signs in general, the Magician is a card of manifestation. It's almost like a magical element. Things are coming to fruition quite quickly. I feel like you're at a stage in your relationship, or you will be at a stage in your relationship where you really have everything that you've ever asked for, because I can see that you have a lot of things in your repertoire here. So I think you'll be coming to a stage where you just feel really comfortable and really confident in your relationship and in your partner. Sweeping, beautiful, magical changes ahead, I feel. So that's really, really powerful. The Ace of Pentacles is this, it could be rebirth, it could be pregnancy, it could be a little baby, it could be a new home, it could be a material possession, it could be an asset. There's definitely something that's being handed to you from the hand of God. So the fates, the universe, the energies are giving you something, giving you and your significant other something that you two can bond over, or that you two can enhance your relationship ties with, which is quite powerful. And I feel it's definitely an upward cycle. So for some of you, I feel like these circles here could symbolize a ring, a promise ring, a gift, some symbolic token to commemorate your love or to commemorate your relationship. So for some of you, there is an engagement happening over the course of the next 3 months. Because as I said, fated opportunities are major opportunities. They have the ability to change our lives. They have the ability to change our relationships, the direction of our relationships as well. So with the Wheel of Fortune present here, I'm really seeing that major changes are happening within relationships. As I said, for those that have been coupled up for quite some time, there might be, and that have grown children, there might be a grandchild added to the family. There could be new family members. There could be reconciliation. Most certainly, yes. I feel for those that aren't leaving a relationship behind and are very comfortable and confident and secure in their relationships, I feel like the Swords, this sort of energy here with the 5 of Swords, doesn't necessarily mean someone physically leaving. It could mean that you're changing the way you communicate, that you're starting to either walk away when the conversation gets a bit heated, or you're leaving behind words that can hurt people, Leo. So if you are dealing with fire signs, I feel like mentally one of you is maybe becoming more submissive or maybe becoming more diplomatic, but there's a change in communication style that's coming to pass in the next 3 months. But for those that are leaving relationships, you do have, I feel like for those that are walking away from a fire sign, there's possibly another fire sign in particular, an Aries, that's coming in for you. Earth has also come up here, and there's air as well. So this could be indicative of another relationship for those that are choosing to walk away from a existing partnership, as indicated with the 5, because this is defeat. This is, remember, if you want to break a toxic cycle, you'll have to initiate The Magician is all about initiation. So it's initiating the departure, initiating the breakup, initiating something because it's no longer working for you. It's no longer in your best interest, and you're no longer compatible maybe with the person that you're with. Because again, fate will bring you someone else. It's almost like there's a higher purpose as to why you want to leave, or why you want to change your communication style, or why you want to purchase this home or add an addition to the family. So again, major changes for those that are dealing with fellow fire signs. Remember I spoke about the 8 of Wands underneath in the general messages. It's all like it's coming to fruition. It's step by step. You're going further into this relationship. It's going deeper. It's meaning more and more. You're achieving more milestones with this person, which is really strong. So let's have a look at, for those Leos that are dealing with water signs. So I'll leave it at that for the fire signs. Actually, I'll put these away on the side. So those Leos that are dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, what are the messages for Leos that are dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio signs? Okay, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. I think another fire sign had this. I forget which one though. Very similar cards. 2 of Pentacles and the 3. Okay, so water signs, what's going on? Okay. So Leos, the ones that are dealing with water signs, I feel like maybe there's an imbalance, or maybe you're juggling a lot of things with the water sign. Maybe it's their thoughts and emotions, but I feel as though you've got your hands full with the water sign. I can see that you're juggling things. They've got their hands full too. You're trying to negotiate. You're trying to come from a good place, and maybe the communication is just not working over the next 3 months. For some of you, I feel like yourself or your partner might want to relocate, as indicated by the ship, and I think you're trying to talk it over. There's compromise that's needed with a water sign, I think, over the next 3 months. There's lack of clarity right now with the Page of Swords, so maybe it's not the ideal time to make major decisions. Again, this notion of reflection underneath here with the 5 of Cups is coming up, so I think there's deep reflection that needs to happen before you make any significant changes with your water sign. I think for them it's imperative that they feel confident. It's not so much what they need reassurance through words, they need reassurance through actions and through emotion, because they're ruled by emotive planets. So this is where that reassurance is coming in, and I think you'll be able to discuss that with them. I do see them being quite diplomatic with you in any areas you feel like you need to discuss. Leo, if there's anything you need to address with water signs, I feel like this is happening, but I almost feel like you're juggling. It could be there's things going on for this water sign partner, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, with work, with finance, or with outside influences, and you may have to juggle that. I do see you having your hands full though. And I think there's an element of choice that's coming up. It could be career related, it could be home related. I do see you meeting with people, talking to people here. For some of you, you're planning a wedding or an engagement, an important function, renewal of vows, a christening, because it does symbolize, or I guess it does resemble, it does resemble a medieval church or important hall here. So there might be a function that's coming up that you may be planning, and I think you're both in two minds about things, and you have to talk it out. You're not really reaching a conclusion, and you're not really reaching an amicable conclusion together. So I think this is important for you over the next 3 months. I think definitely some of you are traveling, and there could possibly be an offer of love, or the words "I love you" whilst traveling, or just speaking more emotionally towards each other with the Knight of Cups, because they do bring emotions. I definitely feel emotionally things are becoming more heightened. You can see this landscape that the Knight of Cups is walking towards, so I feel this is major for you over the next 3 months. Diplomacy, compromise, sacrifices, pros and cons, I feel is major for you. Some of you might be looking back on something, Leo, or your water sign partner is looking back at something, not really sure how to move forward. Maybe something happened in career, maybe it's in the personal life, maybe other people are getting involved. You did have family around you. So maybe these people are getting involved and they're suddenly coming in and changing your plans. Maybe you had plans to relocate somewhere, but then family's coming in and everybody's putting in their input, and then suddenly you don't feel like you're as clear-minded as you once were, or you don't feel as adamant to move maybe as you once did. So there's this notion of something might change your mind here. There could be a change of influence for some of you. For others, I feel like a water sign partner might be getting a job that's relocated elsewhere, and it might upset you a little bit, Leo. I think you might feel a little bit disheartened with this news, and I think it'll take a lot to talk it over and reach an agreement together. But for some of you, it could be indicative that someone is choosing between love and career here, and it could be you, it could be a water sign, but it's one has priority over the other. I can see that one pentacle is higher than the other, so one is definitely being regarded higher than the other. And I did speak about this notion of leaving here with the Six of Swords, so this could have something to do with what's happening with this person if you are dealing with water signs. But remember, these are, I've tried to be as detailed as I can, but they are general. Obviously, every water sign and Leo relationship is different and differs in many ways. So please take the messages that do resonate with you. And that's for water signs. Let's have a look at earth signs. So those Leos that are dealing with Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Leo, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, what are the messages coming up in your relationship over the course of the next 3 months? Okay, Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Justice card. Okay, so for those Leos that are dealing with Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, if you've previously been dealing with some sort of obstacles, I feel like you're now going straight again. Or if you've been having a really good patch, a good phase in your relationship, there might be upcoming obstacles because there is duality here. The Queen of Swords is here with the Seven of Swords. So it could be a bit of a roller coaster ride these next 3 months in your relationships. Communication might be really direct, might be really open, might be really diplomatic, might be really well directed, and then other times communication is just lacking emphasis, it's lacking focus, maybe it's lacking focus in the relationship. But I like how the Seven of Swords is looking to the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, it is a Catholic notion to this card here, a Christian notion, I should say. So I feel like some of you are really looking seriously to legalizing some sort of commitment here. Now, this could be interpreted in many different ways. This could mean buying a home together, leasing a home together, moving in together, getting engaged. But the Ace of Cups is a religious card, and it can symbolize the Eucharist. So this is commitment, this is mass, this is honor that's coming through here. So some of you, there could be a notion of getting engaged, attending a wedding, or getting married with the person that you're with, because the Justice card does bring legal entities or legal aspects into a relationship. For some, I feel like you might be going through divorce over these next 3 months. And I think you will get your fairness out of obstacles and deceit. I think you still care for this person, and I think the conclusions of the legal case that you'll embark on together, I think will leave you feeling pretty good. I feel like you'll be on civil terms for those that are separating or divorcing or have some sort of legal dispute or custody over children or anything like this. I feel like if these messages are resonating, appearing for you, I feel like for those that have been just struggling and you feel like you're beating around the bush, or you're feeling like you're tiptoeing around your family or your ex, I think this is going to change with the Justice card. This is fairness and karmic connections and things coming in real balanced here. So as I said, for those, I think it's more that you are approaching a balanced, wonderful relationship together. And the Ace of Cups here with the Queen of Swords, there's definitely a lot of I love yous that are coming. There's definitely a lot of heartfelt conversations that are taking place over the next 3 months. Important conversations about your future, about love, about your perception of love, about your perception of this relationship as well. So I really like this. I think there's a lot of direction for you in relationships. I feel like something karmic might happen in your relationship with the Justice card here. And you'll look back on it and you think, well, they've done this to me, so I'm doing this to them somehow, Leo. So for those that are dealing with earth signs, this notion of something karmic is going to happen either to your partner, and it's not to say it's good or bad karma, it's just something that, some sort of energy they've attracted to them. But I feel like they've done it to you before and now you're doing it to them type of thing. And I don't think it's really a spiteful energy, but I see you sort of like looking over your shoulder thinking, oh well, and you sort of think about it. It makes you stop and think, and you feel, oh, okay, well, this has happened. I've done this to them, or they've done this to me, and now they're getting it back type of thing. Could be a little bit of sneaky behavior for some of you, but I think it's a surprise, to be honest. I feel like someone's tiptoeing around you, a partner, Leo, to surprise you with something. It could be a gift with the Ace of Cups. It could be surprising words. It could be surprising gestures, but it's definitely something that you're not really expecting. You might notice some sort of different sneaky behavior, but I think for some of you, it's quite pleasant. I do. I mean, for some there is deceit though. There is an earth sign that's being dishonest, that's looking back towards someone else, looking back at their past, still feeling strongly for someone in their past, as indicated by the Three of Swords, third party situation, lover's triangle, someone is involved or speaking to someone else, especially if they were previously engaged or they had some sort of legal connection with in their relationship. So they've lived together, they had a home together, they were engaged. There's possibly this notion that they're talking to someone, or someone has reached out to them as well. So hopefully not. Hopefully I'm completely wrong and it's all good. So that's earth signs. Let's have a look at air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Those Leos that are dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, King of Pentacles, the Death card, Four of Cups, and the Strength card. Wow, Leo. There's definitely air signs out there that are making you feel in love, that are making you feel on top of the world, that are making you feel like you have stability, you have loyalty and commitment from them. Absolutely. Major transformations happening with air signs. So for those that are dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, there's major changes that are happening, strengthening of bonds, rebirths of relationships. So for those that have been out of touch with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, if you've had a breakup, if you've gone separate ways, if you've been separated for whatever reason, I feel like there's a reconciliation that's taking place and you will be brought back together. The Death card is endings, but it's also new beginnings. So again, this can be leaving a relationship, absolutely. Leaving a relationship with an air sign only to be brought back together. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's a major change. There's a major shift that's happening with this relationship, and it's a good shift. It's a magical shift, I feel, for a lot of you. The King of Pentacles is all about stability, security, loyalty, commitment, a refined, a very mature relationship. So for a lot of you, you might find that your air signs are becoming more mature Not that they haven't been mature before, not that they're immature, but they have a more mature approach or a more in-depth understanding of what it takes to be committed, of what it takes to attempt to mend a broken relationship. So their approach, I think, will definitely surprise you, because the Four of Cups is illumination. It is things coming very suddenly. It is an offer coming out of the blue. So I feel like there might be things that they're doing or saying that can come out of the blue as well. For others, I feel like there's an air sign that might be leaving you behind, Leo. And the Death card could signify it's very swift, it's very quickly, and they certainly might be leaving you perhaps for another Leo or for another Taurus. Again, not for all of you. I don't see anyone leaving. I just see the Death card, which can symbolize an ending. The leaving happened in the general reading. So for some, it will happen very quickly, and it's going to require a lot of your strength. But I feel more it's like a major shift that's taking place with an air sign. A relationship with an air sign is becoming more loyal. It's almost like there's a more spiritual connection, like a more metaphysical connection that's building up between the two of you. Because this is you at your tree of life, and this is indicative that a major stages or major changes within your relationship. And it's maybe the two of you are stronger together. You're building on your strength together. So there's this real notion of strength, whether that's mental strength, emotional strength, loyalty, the strengthening of relationships. So this is pretty powerful, actually. This could lead to a very long-term commitment, absolutely. The King of Pentacles can represent a large asset as well. So for some of you that are coupled or married, there could be an inheritance somewhere coming in around you in the next 3 months. It could happen very quickly. There may be loss of a job, loss of a person. The Death card can symbolize the death of something. And when I say this, it's just because I pick up death can mean death. Death is an ending, and whichever way you'd like to apply that ending, whether it's in the physical world, whether it's in the spiritual world, whether it's in the emotional world, death is death. It's a transition. It's a part of life. It's a part of the life cycle. It's a part of our journeys here in our earthly realm. So for some of you, there is an ending taking place. Maybe you're moving out of somewhere you've lived for quite some time and you're acquiring a new asset. Or maybe there's a heightened spirituality or religiousness between you and your partner. Maybe you're suddenly turning to faith. Maybe you're suddenly turning to God to help strengthen your relationship or to help give you direction. But I feel like there's a new dawn coming. Look at that. We see the sun. It's almost like, we can see what looks like a skeleton here. Almost like a grim reaper coming to call to collect someone. So I feel like there might be a notification to move out, to change your living situation. There might be a notification that someone has passed and you're getting an inheritance. Absolutely, yes, for those that are dealing with air signs, this is possible. But I think the major theme for the air sign relationship is that there's major transformation that's happening within the air sign that in turn will help strengthen this relationship. So I do hope that has been insightful for you, Leo.